Orthopedics in North Alabama. So as our area continues on the fast track, so does the need for premier orthopedic care anywhere and anytime you need it. TOC is proud to announce the opening of our new locations in Albertville and Hampton Cove, along with the grand opening of our newest office in Decatur. These clinics will offer the same high-quality orthopedic care you have come to associate with TOC, with the convenience of being closer to home. As a patient, your time is your most precious asset, and we recognize that at TOC. That's why we are also proud to announce the opening of our urgent ortho clinics to handle those bumps and bruises that need prompt attention. These clinics are available to care for acute orthopedic injuries with no appointment necessary. With 38 physicians, 20 centers of excellence, and now more than a dozen locations to serve you, TOC will continue to be the name you turn to for the best orthopedic care at the right time. Visit our website at visittoc.com for more information. TOC, helping you live a better life.
When I chose a garage door company, I did my homework. I needed Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. They have a 5-star Google rating. I checked their reviews and liked what their customers had to say. Precision Overhead Garage Door has lifetime warranty packages. Same-day service if I call before 2 p.m. If they can't make it the same day, my service call fee the next day is waived. They did a 25-point safety inspection on the door and operator. Now that's peace of mind. Residential, commercial, and gate services. Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. Call 256-400-4500.
Hey there, UAH fans. I'm Morris Lilienthal. If you've been injured in an accident, visit morristheattorney.com right now to get the help you need. Don't let the insurance company take advantage of you. I have personally helped over 4,000 clients with their injury claims, and I'm ready to help you too. My firm, Martinson & Beeson, has been helping clients for over 80 years, and we have received over 300 5-star Google reviews. Get in touch with me right now by visiting morristheattorney.com. There's no charge for our meeting. Again, that's morristheattorney.com. Look forward to helping you. Go Chargers.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time, or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
College football.
The ball is caught. It is a touchdown.
Major League Baseball.
That ball is gone. A home run.
This is your place for complete sports coverage all year long. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
The opinions of Thom Abraham are not necessarily the opinions of the radio station or anybody associated.
I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here.
And welcome back, Thom Abraham Show. Hour number 2 of the show. This segment of the show is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford. The service team at Woody Anderson Ford, not only experts in the service of Ford and other makes, but they also use genuine Ford and Motorcraft parts on every Ford service job. That's right. Tire rotations, wheel alignments, brake jobs, oil changes, engine tune-ups, training work. It's all done at the service department at Quick Lane Tire and Auto Center. They've got your Ford covered. They got your other makes covered as well. And don't forget the certified gold pre-owned vehicles as well. My wife's Mustang came out of that certified gold pre-owned inventory, and it is absolutely spectacular. It's a rag top. Now, it's not like the Mustangs that they're racing, other than the fact that it's a rag top. It's not, it's different than the Mustangs that they're racing at Daytona. But I'm just saying, All right, I'm just saying it might be the case. It might be slightly different. I'm not sure, but we'll find out because we're going to talk to our good friend Jordan Bianchi. We have left him alone during the off season, but it is on like Donkey Kong in Daytona, and he joins us now on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, of course, covering all motorsports for The Athletic. Jordan, welcome back to the show. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on. Long time no talk.
Long time no talk is right. I'll ask you an easy one before I get into the tough ones. Here's the easy one. How was that your off season? How did you enjoy your whatever kind of off season that you had?
It wasn't much of one. Tried to take a vacation, but ended up doing a bunch of work. And NASCAR has the shortest off season, I think, of any professional sport, just about. So there is no off season. There really isn't.
You know how I feel about that. You and I have talked many, many times about it. I wish they would end Labor Day weekend. I think that would be the time to end, and then we would all be chomping at the bit. Although some of us are chomping at the bit for NASCAR, and I watched every minute of the races last night and was entertained by them. They were two things that jumped out at me. One, the Mustang, the Dark Horse Edition Mustang is sweet. Man, that's a good-looking car. Mm-hmm. And I thought things were pretty racy for being duels. I mean, if the duels are that racy, you know, how racy might Sunday or Monday be? We'll get to that in a moment. But, you know, I think that was a big thing. I thought that was pretty racy last night.
I thought the races were very good. You had a little bit of everything. You had good action up front, guys jockeying for the win. What's much more intensity than you typically see in these races, because a lot of these guys aren't really racing for anything per se. And then you had the drama as well. I mean, you had the Jimmy Johnson trying to, you know, qualify for the Daytona 500, and then he needed every second of that, you know, 150-mile race to get in, and got it just before the finish line. I watched last night, and I was very surprised at what I saw. I thought it was entertaining, and I think, like you said, if this is what we can come to expect on Sunday or Monday, I think this is encouraging, because there's always a question. You come to Talladega and Daytona, what's the aero package going to be like? Are these cars going to pass? What's the racing? Are these guys just going to ride around? And it seems like they can do all these things, which lends itself to usually a pretty exciting race.
Yeah, and he showed, too, that, you know, you can move up through the pack, which is what you always want to see. You want to be able to race, and, you know, he started, you know, more than halfway back, you know, in his in that first duel, and he was able to come up through the field, which was really good. I can't for the life of me, though, and I'm not going conspiracy. I'm not putting a tinfoil hat on. I'm not saying that. What the hell was J.J. Yeley doing moving up? I don't understand why he bounced, unless he thought he had so much speed that he was going to rear end. I think the one car was in front of him. Chastain. I'm like, where is he going? If he stays put in line there is no way, there's no place for Jimmy Johnson to go to pass him. He pops out of line, goes high. Nobody goes with him. There's nobody else up there. And here comes JJ, and he gets a little bump from the back, and that's the end of that. It was almost like Yeley moved over on his behalf. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, it's a great question, and it's a lot of people are wondering that, and that's what kind of the scenario you laid out is what happened. The one car of Ross Chastain got slowed up and was slowing down, and Yeley was closing so fast, he was going to run on the back of him, so he had to make a choice, go high or low. He couldn't really go low, so he went high. Unfortunately for him, it slowed his momentum down, and that opened the door for Jimmy Johnson to pass him. Without that sequence, Jimmy Johnson doesn't make the Daytona 500, but by happenstance, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Chastain slowing down opened the door for Johnson, and he took advantage of it. But it's bad luck for Yeley, because that team and that driver, they were fighting. They were scrapping, and they weren't even supposed to be in this race. This team, I mean, they just essentially put this thing together almost the last minute, it felt like, and they came down here and they darn near raced their way into Daytona 500 and came up, you know, a couple hundred yards short, if that. It's unfortunate for them, but it was interesting to see how that unfolds. But it wasn't anything that Yeley did wrong. It just he was in a really bad spot there.
Jordan Bianchi with us here talking a little bit of NASCAR. You were, you know, there, so you're not watching the coverage as much as we were, but there were definitely, Fox seemed to have some real problems with various different things. They were trying to set the starting grid, and whoever was doing the graphics had gone way out ahead, and guys were talking about some other car, and they're somewhere else, and then they had a problem connecting with Joey Logano, and Kevin Harvick was left hanging, you know, as he was trying to talk to Logano. I mean, it was just one thing after another. It seemed like they had a bunch of glitches, but one thing that I thought was weird, in the last two laps of that first duel, the intrigue was really Jimmy Johnson getting in and J.J. Yeley. And he, a couple of times he drew even, and then he passed them, and then Yeley passed. They were going back and forth the last 2 or 3 laps, and they weren't showing that. And it was like that Mike Joyce, like, oh, now he's got the lead. No, Mike, he's had the lead. He had the lead. He lost the lead. He had the lead. He lost the lead on Yeley. And, I thought they missed on that a little bit. And I don't know if you saw any of the coverage at all, if you watch any in a replay or whatnot, but it seemed like they had, all kinds of glitches in Fox's coverage and FS1's coverage.
I didn't see it. I've heard about that. I did hear that Kevin Harvick was really good in the booth. But I will say, this is kind of like spring training in some ways for the TV guys too. I mean, it's like their first or second race back because you caught the Clash a few weeks ago. They're kind of working out the kinks and they are trying new things. And so you kind of work that out now instead of on Sunday in the 500. So it's live TV and I guess it happens. But as long as it doesn't happen in the main event on Sunday, I think that's the good thing.
Kyle Busch, they did connect with him. And Harv was doing that interview, and he said, "Hey, this is Kevin Harvick. Kyle, you got Harv, you got me."
Yeah.
And he says it's good to know they got somebody up there that knows something or something along those lines. And he finally got somebody up there that knows what's going on. Which I thought was typical of Kyle Busch, who take him or leave him as far as I'm concerned. All right. So JJ was in a Toyota, okay? And I'm like, I've never been a big JJ fan, but my God, he was in a Toyota. But then there's the 43, right? And it's Eric Jones, and that 43 has been in everything. That 43, I'm old enough to remember the 43 as a Plymouth Roadrunner, as a Super Bee, as a Pontiac, as a Chevy, and as a Ford. I could deal with all of that. Seeing that 43 as a Toyota was really bothersome to me. And I know that this isn't like the old days. This isn't like it's a car right off the showroom. And there's a lot of that was weird, though. I mean, it was weird seeing those legacy cars, which you still got a connection to Richard Petty, one way or the other. To see those legacy cars as Toyotas was a little bit bothersome to me.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's understandable. Toyota is very much part of racing now, and it's you have to look at the connection too. Is Petty is not really as involved with that team as he once was, and I understand that the 43 and the connection and everything, but they are in a much. If you take a step back, they are in a much better spot as an organization than they would have been had they stayed with Chevrolet. They were getting minimal, if any, support from Chevrolet. They really wasn't a path. There was very much a glass ceiling on their growth and what they could do. And now they moved over to Toyota, which is very much supporting them, and there's an opportunity to grow and get better. And in fact, most people in the garage think that team has got some serious potential this year, and Jones could win a race or two. And so I understand, I hear this, but then you have to look at it from a business side and say, what do we need to do to get better? And them making this move made a lot of sense. So it's understandable why they did it.
The Toyotas were good last year. I think second in the manufacturer standings to Chevrolet, with Ford bringing up the rear. To Ford's just didn't seem to get up to speed, no pun intended, as quickly as the others. There's, 16 Fords and 15 Chevys in this race, along with 9 Toyotas. I think that's the most Toyotas we've had, is the 9 Toyotas. And I can't remember having that many out there, but there'll be 8, I guess, running, charters all season long. So there is that. Is there any talk, every once in a while we hear about Nissan wanting to get in, and then we hear about Dodge coming back. And again, I'm the guy that remembers when, Chevy, GM, Buick, and Pontiac, we're all running. I say GM. GM was running Pontiacs, Oldsmobiles, Buicks, and Chevys. They were running 4 different nameplates at the same time, along with the Fords. And then, of course, Plymouth ran as well, Dodge and Plymouth and so on. Are you hearing anything about anybody else getting in at any point in time?
There's always grumblings that NASCAR is going to have a 4th manufacturer come in. Honda is the one that you often hear about. NASCAR would absolutely love it. It encourages growth. It puts money into the sport. Often accompanying new manufacturers coming in is new teams coming in, or smaller teams having opportunities to grow and expand, and then it raises the competitive level up across the board. NASCAR would love this. There's a lot of teams in the garage that would love this, no doubt. But is there anything going to happen the next year or so? Yeah, no. I mean, there's nothing afoot like that. This is a multi-tiered process where if a team wants to come in even for 2026, like that ball is almost already got to be rolling in a lot of respects. And it's so never say never. I feel like it's gonna happen at some point. But, this kind of feels like the white whale. Ever since Dodge left after the 2012 season, there's always been the question of when's the fourth manufacturer. Is there going to be a fourth manufacturer? And these things pop up and it may happen. It may this. Well, it's kind of one of those things that I'll believe it when I see it. And there's just nothing really concrete afoot where you can confidently say, yeah, this is going to happen by X date.
With GM retiring the Camaro nameplate, what are Chevys going to be running? What are they running now?
That's a really good question, and it was actually a question approached to Chevy's top racing executive this morning in a press conference, and their response is they have no announcement at this time. Reading between the tea leaves a little bit, they are still going to be having Camaros in production, it sounds like, into 2025, and the Camaros still going to have a presence a little bit. So I don't know if Chevy's going to be switching their models for 2025 yet. It'll be interesting to see because there really isn't a natural successor, if you will, to the Camry. So it may be a thing where they just kind of punt it down the road for a year and you figure it out for 2026.
I think it'll be a Chevelle. I think that's what they'll probably come in with, a Chevelle, because I've heard the Chevelle nameplate is coming back as well, and it's it's that size. I wouldn't be shocked if it was a Chevelle. Now, you said Camry and said, I know you meant Camaro, but
I'm sorry, yes, Camaro.
Isn't Toyota going away from the Camry in another year? Aren't they going to the Supra or something like that in another year or so?
Yeah, I don't know. Toyota just rolled out a brand new Camry this year for the Cup Series, and they run the Supras in the Xfinity Series, which is very different than the Cup. And you would think that if they were going to go to the Supra nameplate and body, this would have been the time to do it. Because introducing new cars in back-to-back years doesn't really make sense economically at all either. I would expect that this new Camry is probably going to be around for a couple years, and then at some point you'll probably transition to something else.
I would think as well. Jordan Bianchi with us from The Athletic, talking some NASCAR here with the Daytona 500 coming up on Sunday, we hope. We've been debating whether or not does 100% chance of rain mean that it's going to rain sometime during the day or it's going to rain all day long? Because 100% chance of rain, it could rain for 3 hours in the morning and we're good to go by 2 o'clock. You know what I mean? But what are you? You're there, so what are you hearing and what are you seeing?
It's hard to say. It depends on what model you look at. It depends on who you talk to. I mean, it's going to rain. It's a question of when and how much. I mean, I feel like there's a sliver that this could happen Sunday night. If you look at it a little bit, okay, if you can get like 2.5 hours, 3 hours, you can maybe squeeze in a good amount of the race in, maybe the whole race in, depending on how things unfold. But who knows? This is Florida. I was down here a few weeks ago for the 24-hour sports car race, and during that race, 3 different times, the teams were absolutely convinced. They were telling their drivers, heavy rain is 20 minutes away. And it rained 0 times at the racetrack. And so the point is like, it's just, you don't know. And is it going to rain this weekend? Yeah, it probably is. It certainly seems that way, but I've also learned I've been enough Daytona races. The weather patterns are weird down here, and things change. And so I'm keeping faith. Maybe I'm blindly optimistic, but I'm hoping that they can get it in. I feel like there's maybe a little bit of a window on Sunday night, though. If not, they'll be racing on Monday.
So you've already made you've saved your hotel through Tuesday morning, right? I mean, you're checking out on Tuesday.
I have.
Yeah, be smart about that. Logano and McDowell, 2 Fords on the front row. They weren't racy last night. They're going to take care of their gear. We know that. And then you get the 2 Toyotas to win. Tyler Reddick and Christopher Bell get the win. Logano and McDowell. We've seen McDowell in the past. We've seen Logano in the past. Should we be putting those guys? We got the guys putting 3 teams, three cars together in their 500 Fecta today for the show. Should you have one of those 2 Fords in there, or do you like somebody back in the field a little bit?
Oh, I like both those guys. I mean, they're both former Daytona 500 winners, and I always kind of, people say, Talladega and Daytona are kind of crapshoots and it's luck, and there's, don't get me wrong, there's definitely some belief in that, and that's true. But you look at the guys who are typically win these races, are typically in contention to win these races, it's the same group of guys, and there's a reason for that. And McDowell and Logano are both in that category. They are very, very good in these races. They work very, very well with their teammates. Ford does a really good job of making sure its drivers across the board work together, and they push it, and I would expect that you're going to probably see this manifest itself on Sunday. You look at the Ford lineup, and I would throw Ryan Blaney in that mix, the defending Cup champion. I know he was in a hard crash last night. It's going to a backup car, but it really shouldn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Those are McDowell, Blaney, and Logano are three guys who are very much capable of winning on Sunday, and if you're going to make a list of favorites, they're on that short list.
What about the middle of the pack? Give me somebody on Brad Keselowski starting row 8. I'm seeing that Kyle Larson behind him. Ross Chastain is on row 11.
Yeah, I mean,
so give me some names that in the middle of the pack that might be worth taking a look at.
Yeah, I mean those are good names. Chastain's won at Talladega before, so him winning on the 500 is not a surprise. What about Martin Truex Jr.? Truex has never won a super speedway race before. I'm very close. Finished second in 2016, which was the closest finish in 500 history. Really runs these races well. Has got a lot of stage wins in these races, but doesn't necessarily finish well in these races. Drives a Toyota. Toyotas are fast. I wouldn't be shocked to see Truex end up in victory lane on Sunday or Monday.
If Kyle Busch wins, all the pit crews aren't going to line up right along pit row and let him go down through there and give him all a pat on the back. I mean, this is not going to be this is no Earnhardt moment. I know Earnhardt was, I know a lot of people hated Earnhardt when he was, younger and Ironhead, and I get all of that kind of stuff. But I never get the feeling that Kyle Busch, whenever we get towards the end of his career, is going to be beloved the way Earnhardt became beloved for whatever reason, because he was like the little girl with the curl. He infuriated everybody, but everybody loved him anyway. You know what I mean? It was like he's the man's man. I don't get that feeling with Busch. I mean, he's just kind of punky. He's been a punk. He was a punk when he was young, and now he's an older punk.
Yeah, I mean, he's softened a little bit. His image has kind of taken a turn a little bit since he joined Richard Childress Racing. I will say, if Kyle does win, it's not just about Kyle, though. It's also going to be about RCR and, getting back to victory lane at Daytona. We know their history here and what it means and everything. NASCAR fans tend to respond well when Richard Childress Racing is winning races and in contention, so that could be something to see. And, we talk about Kyle and his attitude and everything. It's interesting to see his kind of flip a little bit, because when he was with Joe Gibbs Racing, let's be honest, he was not popular. People did not like him. Fans are responding more to him now. Now, he's softened a little bit. He's allowed to show more of his personality and everything. And the fact that he drives for the legacy team like RCR, it certainly helps it as well. And he's kind of helped push them up to a higher level. So it's his likability has certainly gone up the last year or so.
It's amazing the bad boy type guys that Joe Gibbs has been associated with, because he's Joe Gibbs. Yeah. Everybody knows how he is in his faith, and he's very strong that way, and so on. A high character guy. But I mean, from Tony Stewart through Kyle Busch, I mean, he said some guys that were knuckleheads at times. All right, finally, speaking of Tony Stewart, I'm a Tony Stewart guy. I love Tony Stewart.
Yep.
I don't know what the heck has happened to Stewart Haas Racing. I don't know how that went, where it went. I saw something. I just read the slug line a week ago or so when Tony Stewart says he's sick of taking the heat, for the team not being competitive. What happened to Stewart Haas Racing, and can they bounce back and start being competitive again?
Yeah, I mean, what happened is, how much time do we have? It's not easy. I mean, they went down the road with their technology, and it was the wrong road. That's basically the summarization that, as one driver laid it out to me, is like we went down a path we thought was going to work, it didn't work, and then the problem with that is then you not only you're in trouble and you're not getting better, you're getting way far behind. So now you got to play catch up, which is never easy. That certainly is it. They've also had a talent drain to some degree. I mean, you lose to Kevin Harvick, that hurts. And they've had a changeover, and they've lost some sponsors, and they've had some other things. The road back to relevancy is going to be one of the most interesting storylines to watch unfold this year, and whether they can or not. Their driver lineup is young and largely inexperienced. They don't have that Harvick-type guy anymore. Chase Briscoe has talent. He's won in the Cup Series before. But you look at it, and you look at the guys who you think are going to make the playoffs, it's really hard to think that Stewart-Haas Racing is going to make the playoffs this year, and whether they can win a race or not is up in the air too. Yeah, maybe they can. You can make a case of why they could win a race somewhere along the way, but the days of them dominating like they were for a stretch there seem very far away, and it's going to be interesting to see what the future of that team is. There's a lot of questions about which direction they're going to have, what they're going to do with that organization. This is going to be interesting to see how this all plays out throughout the course of the year.
Just got a text that says, at the text window of the show here, it says, I see your alliance to Ford, but let's be honest, the only thing that is manufactured stock on a NASCAR car these days is the logo on the car. Well, not 100% sure, right? I mean, the factories do. Are they supplying blocks at all now, or are they?
Yeah, I mean, they're building the engines and stuff.
Yeah, they build the engine. So that's a Ford engine, that's a Chevy engine, that's a Toyota engine. So it actually went back. There was a time where really nothing but the decal was for the. But they've actually gone back to that a little bit, to the old days where the major parts are made by that manufacturer. You need that support from the factory, and so that factory support, is important, I think, and so I call Boulder Dash on that. So
I think it's fair to say, and there's the cars, where there's a lot of stock parts per se, you can just look at them. The Ford look different than Chevy. Chevys look different than Toyotas, so there's difference there. And Ford overall, I know they've won the last 2 championships, and that's good, but they haven't dominated in stretches like Chevy and Toyota have, and that is certainly not helped Stewart-Haas Racing's case at all either.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. I appreciate you as always. Jordan Bianchi has been our guest. Jordan, be good to drop in on you time to time. NASCAR,
Absolutely.
Is a thing here, and I look forward to having you on.
Look forward to it, my friend, and we'll talk down the road. Appreciate you.
All right. Thank you. Jordan Bianchi. So there you go. So the engines now are made by the manufacturers. Those are Ford engines and Chevy engines and Toyota engines. They're made by them. That's not the engine that you get in your, in your car. You don't get a 510 horsepower, engine in your Camry, but the engine is made in the racing department of those manufacturers. They actually went back to this was when it became a cost savings measure back in the day, because it had gotten out of control. They were building everything from scratch. And they was like, okay, we need to get the manufacturers back involved a little bit. So there you go. All right. When we come back, I got questions. Well, we're going to get the phone lines open. But we are going to make a cold call, all right, to Tricky Ricky Fernandez of the Trash Pandas, because I have questions about what my responsibilities are tomorrow as a judge for this national anthem thing. And we got a lot of questions to answer there. And we'll do that. We'll slip in. We'll see if we can't get him on the phone next, right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Not looking or feeling your best? No energy for the things you like to do? Ready to look and feel younger? Make your appointment at Advanced Life Clinic, one of the region's foremost destinations for patients interested in looking and feeling their best. Specializing in advanced laser treatments and weight loss, male and female rejuvenation to offset the effects of aging, and more. See how Advanced Life Clinic can help you enjoy your life again. Call 256-882-6555 or log on advancedlifeclinic.com.
I've always gotten tons of UTIs. Cranberry products never worked for me, and I was desperate for a way to be proactive. I'm Jenna Ryan, CEO and founder of Eucora. We've worked with doctors to develop effective urinary tract health products. Eucora is helping over 100,000 women stay healthy. Ready to join them? Get 30% off at eucora.com/radio. That's UQORA.com/radio. WORA.com/radio.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
It's time to go fly a kite.
Let's go fly a kite.
Array of Hope is hosting the 12th Annual Community Kite Festival on Saturday, March 2nd from 11 to 3 at John Hunt Park. This free event brings harmony across all ethnic and social backgrounds through kite flying and family-friendly activities. You can bring your own kite or purchase one at the event. Saturday, March 2nd in John Hunt Park. Learn more at ashakaranonline.org.
Are you tired of power outages disrupting your life? It's time for a Generac standby generator from Current Electrical. Storms may rage outside, but inside your family's powered up. So why choose Current Electrical for your generator needs? 1, we offer a wide range of models to suit every budgeted energy requirement. 2, our project managers handle every step of the process: power, gas, permitting, and inspections. 3, our certified technicians install your generator with precision, ensuring peace of mind. Don't wait for the next blackout. Call 256-880-1880 or visit us online at GenSuperstore.com.
March Madness begins in the Rocket City as the Conference USA Men's and Women's Basketball Championships come to the Von Braun Center March 12th through the 16th as 9 teams look to punch their ticket to the NCAA tournament. Lock in your seat for all the tournament action now and get the best seats available to be right on top of the action. And thanks to our friends at Dave & Buster's and Main Event, we have Power Passes available and 4-pack single session tickets available now that include $60 in savings. For more information, visit VonBraunCenter.com or visit the VBC box office.
You want the right specialist for your recovery. At SportsMed Orthopedic Surgery and Spine Center, we understand every body is different. Your muscles and bones are unique, as is your body. Our SportsMed specialists offer innovative treatments and minimally invasive procedures, allowing you to quickly return to the life you love. Locations in Huntsville, Madison, Athens, and Decatur, and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com. Improving performance, improving lives.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly cloudy to overcast sky this afternoon. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are going to build into the Tennessee Valley. The best chance for that probably going to come Friday evening and then into the overnight through the first half of the day on Saturday. Temperature's still going to be warm on Friday afternoon. Highs climbing into the mid-60s. We are going to be cold Friday night, early Saturday morning. We're dropping down into the low and mid-30s. It is going to be a chilly Saturday afternoon across the Tennessee Valley. Temperatures only climbing into the lower 40s. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
There's the phone and no one to answer.
256-576-4977.
And as a result, we got many phone calls and letters.
Give us a call on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline today. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
We're going to get your calls in here in just a moment. The segment of the show is brought to you by North Alabama Mortgage. Whether you're in Alabama, Tennessee, or Florida, it's North Alabama Mortgage. They've got you covered for all your mortgage needs. And this is a good time to get a home valuation because the rates are coming down. You can find out how much equity you have in your home and then go ahead and use that equity to get rid of some other high debt stuff, high interest rate stuff like credit cards and things like that. And then you can always refi again, when it gets lower. And, maybe you're thinking about an investment home or a second home on a lake or the beach or the mountains. They got great programs to make that happen at North Alabama Mortgage. Brian Hammaker and his team, NorthAlabamaMortgage.com. All right, I got to get to the bottom of some of this stuff. I can't just show up tomorrow and not know what I'm doing. So I got to get to the bottom. Grizz, do you have Tricky Ricky's phone number?
Yes.
All right, call him, will you? Call him up. And I need to ask, because I don't know. I'm judging tomorrow. Those of you just jumping in, I'm one of the guest judges for the national anthem tryouts for the Trash Pandas this season. But do I stand the whole time? And I'll be there from 11 until noon. I'm not sure if I stand. I'm not sure what I do. So we're calling Ricky right now. Ricky, are you there? Huh? Okay. Try him again. A tricky Ricky. Sounded like he was there, Grizz. I heard like wind sounds in the background there. It sounded like he might have grabbed it. And maybe you missed him. I don't know. Okay. You can call a guest, but you can't call him? Of course you can call him. How could you not call him? I mean, it would be, I would think, maybe it's different. Oh, it's different. It's different if it all right, let me talk to Tricky Ricky. Ricky, you there?
Hello. What's
hey,
up,
Ricky.
buddy?
How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm fantastic, except for I got questions now. Tomorrow, we'll be down there at the Parkway Place Mall in front of Dillard's in the hallway there in the lower level.
Yep.
First of all, I'm going to be one of the guest judges in this thing from 11 o'clock until noon. It's the National Anthem tryouts. Am I getting anything for this? You know what I'm saying? Do I? You know, I mean, am I getting like a sticker or anything?
Japan.
Do I get like a decal?
Nori Japan.
Do I get nothing for this, right? I just come by there and.
Well, you know, Tom, you drive a hard bargain, but I could probably find you a sticker if you really want one.
I mean, a decal. You know, I'm making a 100-mile trip here to do the 50 miles each way from Tennessee to be there for this thing. So, you know, I'm just saying. Now, if people want to try out, if they haven't gone to the site and signed up for the National Anthem auditions at the site, do they still have a shot to get in, or do they absolutely need to go to the site to get registered?
Well, you know, our registration, it filled up in about 2 days. So that's already been closed. But there is a chance, if time allows, that we could have some walk-ups. You know, maybe some of these people that are scheduled don't show up. Maybe we have a couple open slots. There is a chance for you. But even if you don't get to audition in person, we take video auditions all year as well. So there's still an opportunity.
All right. So so you're not filling all 69 dates on Saturday, right? I mean,
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we schedule throughout the year just in case we got to reschedule due to rainouts and stuff like that. So, no, it will not be a done deal after Saturday.
If somebody, these are questions I have questions about this. If somebody passes muster tomorrow at the deal, is there a chance that they would get multiple dates where they would sing the national anthem?
If they what?
If they pass muster, if they're good, you know what I mean. If we like them, you know, muster, you know what I mean.
Not if they pass gas.
Well, I'm not cool, and I didn't know you were so hip in the music industry. I'm sorry, I didn't know the lingo.
Yeah, I'm just saying if they pass muster, you know. Yeah.
If they cut the cheese, they're out. If they pass the mustard, they got it.
So they could get multiple dates, though, right? Then.
Well,
or no.
You know, if it's just amazing, maybe separated, but we're looking for probably just one for this year.
Okay, so you'd like to have, in a perfect world, you'd have a different national anthem singer for all 69 dates.
That's correct.
Okay. Do they get tickets to the game, at least, if they're the national anthem singer?
They would.
Okay. All right. So they get to stay. So it's not like we throw them out of the stadium after they sing the national anthem. So
we say, get your mustard and get out of here.
Cut your mustard.
Not the case.
Pass the mustard and get out of here. All right. So we don't do that. Okay. So now to the judging of this thing itself. Will they sing the entire national anthem all, let's see, what did Reba do it in? 95 seconds. So will they do the whole minute 35 of the national anthem, or will they just do like a couple of bars or a little bit like a stanza? What are they going to do?
No, we're doing the whole thing. Yeah, we got to see if you know the words. We're going to see if you can handle the people looking at you. Oh, yeah, this is a dry run for game day.
Okay, so for me, being there for an hour, because in the end, this is about me. For me being there for an hour from 11 until noon, and it's a minute and a half each one, and there's got to be a little time to kind of like reset up the people and everything. I'm going to see like 30 or 40 national anthms in an hour. Is that about right? Is that what you're thinking?
About 20-something, yeah. I mean, hey, I got to take in 80 of them.
Yeah, well, it's not about you. It's about me. So I don't care. Your problems are not my problems.
Fair enough. Okay. Decal, by the way, I don't know if I can get that decal.
I just lost my decal. Ricky Fernandez with us here. Tricky Ricky from the Trash Pandas, as we discussed tomorrow's audition. People can come and just watch, right? If they want to come and watch, they can come and watch. Is this correct?
That's right, yeah. Parkway Place Mall, 10 to 1. We're going to be on the first floor outside of Dillard's. Look for the stage and listen for the song that is repeatedly sang over the course of 3 hours.
All right, now I'm a very patriotic guy. I mean, I'm a stand, hand over the heart, no hat kind of guy when it comes to the national anthem. We're judging this thing. Should I be prepared? Should I dress with comfortable shoes? Do I stand for the entire hour of the national? I mean, you can't sit for these, can you? I mean, it's the national anthem. You got to stand, right?
That's a great question. Yeah, I mean, you think on the outside, like, I got to stand for these, but then you get there and then you find yourself standing the whole time. It's a different world. You got to kind of separate yourself from the meaning of the song, the patriotism, all that, and just take it as a vocal audition.
So I will be allowed to sit, is what you're saying, during the time that I'm judging. How many other people will be judging in my hour? I mean, am I one of 3? Am I one of 10? Am I Simon Cowell? What am I?
We're doing it American Idol style. Oh, yeah. It'll be you and then 2 others for that time.
Okay, so just who's drunk Paula? Okay. And do we actually have any, as judges, do we actually have any say? Or is it like our 3 votes are 3 and the Tricky Ricky vote is 4? You know?
No, everyone's equal here.
Okay, so
I didn't even know the mustard. I didn't even know the mustard lingo. My vote maybe is worth a half.
Well, you know, I did work in Nashville for 7 years. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying.
Yeah, it rubs off on you, I guess.
I'm just saying.
But no, you'll have a score sheet. Everything you say will be taken down. Your scores, your comments. We're going to value everybody's the same.
Okay, so do we do anything publicly? I mean, you know, do we just mark it down quietly, or do we say anything publicly while the contestant is up there after they've finished it, and then where we kind of critique them at all, or is this just very quietly? We don't embarrass anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Yeah, for time's sake, and yes, for everyone's self-esteem, the judges will just keep score, and we'll move on.
Okay, so there's it's not American Idol that way. It's not Simon Cowell. We're not stopping them as they sing. Like if they suck, if they're really bad, we don't like stop them or anything like that. We let them finish all the way to the very end. It's a very, very difficult song to sing.
If you stop someone midway, I'm out. I'll probably leave.
Okay, can't do that. So there's no gong. You're not old enough to remember the Gong Show. We don't have a gong or a hook. Or we don't have anything.
We got nothing like that. Nope.
We have any? Are they pre-qualified at all? All they had to do was go and sign up at the thing. I mean, are we going to hear some really bad national anthems? You think? It's a hard song to sing.
Okay. Oh yeah, no. I mean, this is our 3rd audition in team history. There's some good ones. There's some bad ones. I think someone's doing interpretive dance this year. I'm excited to see what that looks like.
Just gonna let that hang there for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Interpretive dance.
Oh, I hope you get that.
Signing it. Will somebody sign it? I mean, somebody might sign the national anthem. That would be a cool thing to do. I don't know.
Possibly.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay. All right. I was thinking about having my daughter Kelly, who just got back. She did 5 shows in South Africa, believe it or not. She just got back from a little South African tour, and I was thinking about inviting her to come down and just help me with my ear, you know, just in case, you know, just kind of like tell me, like, Dad, that was really good. She's done it so many times. She knows what a good one is and what a tough one is. It is, in all seriousness, it is a very difficult song to sing. You know, it's got all kinds of different octaves. It goes high to low.
Yeah, I've always heard that. Yeah, if you started off the wrong way,
you're done.
You're done.
Yeah. All right, finally, last question. Do you have any idea who the other 2 judges are in my group?
I do, but I don't remember who I scheduled with. So, yeah.
Okay. You do, but you don't. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. That's good. Will there be any players, any Trash Panda players trying out to sing the national anthem? Because that might, maybe make a difference in them making the team, you know?
Unless that was Sonny DeShera that signed up for the interpretive dance anthem, I do not believe any players will be present. But we will have all kinds of merch and opportunities to buy tickets for the season. So if you are a fan, we got a bunch of ways for you to get swagged out on some Panda gear.
So bring your wallet and you get hooked up with gear. All right, good stuff. All right, Ricky, you answered the questions I needed to know. I'm still not sure. I don't want to show up the other 2 judges that are with me. Let me ask you this: Are there celebrity any higher than me? Will I be the biggest name in my group, do you think? Or do you think I might have to be concerned with the fact that I may be the like two big names, and then the schlock, Thom Abraham, who's been on the air for 20 years now in the Tennessee Valley? I just am wondering about my status at that particular point in time.
We reached out to some former presidents and other dignitaries. They were not available. So due to that, Thom, I think you're in the pole position, man.
I might be. All right. Well, I'm still a little bit squeamish about sitting during the national anthem. I don't want to show up these other people. I'm probably the oldest one because I'm like the oldest one on the air anymore around here. But I don't want to show them up. But I don't know if I can sit during the national anthem. I still might have a hard time with it. I know I'm not wearing a hat. I'm not going to wear a hat because I don't have to take my hat off for sure. But
well, good thing we got that figured out. All right, no hat, maybe a stand. If you want to stand the whole time, I'm not going to stop.
I may have to stand the whole time, but we'll see. All right, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for being a good sport. I'll see you over there tomorrow. Bring my sticker, and it'll be a good time. The Junkyard Babe's coming with me. I promised her I'd take her to lunch afterwards, so I'm looking forward to seeing you guys out there.
Sounds good, Thom. I'll see you then, man.
All right, man. Appreciate it. The only question that I didn't get I got it. He told me it's okay to sit. It's like, okay, you're judging. I don't know if I can sit during the national anthem.
I'm wondering when the first pitcher tryouts are trying out. So you know when they got me. I got my shoulder ready. I got my arm ready.
To be a pitcher?
The first pitch. Being a celebrity first pitch person.
The first pitch.
Yeah, I got my arm ready.
To throw out
the first
my arm
pitch.
Ready.
Yeah.
Oh, you think they want you to throw out the first pitch at one of these games?
Oh yeah, definitely.
They'd be like,
I would love it.
Hey,
no, I would just love it. Are you kidding me? That would make my day.
Throw out the first pitch.
I'd go crazy. I'd jazz up the crowd. You kidding me?
They do it so early. There's nobody there. There's no crowd. I
don't care. Jazz up the people that are there.
When I did it at, I've done it twice, I guess, 2 or 3 times. When I did it before the Red Sox Twins game in Florida at spring training, I wouldn't step on the mound. I did it from the front of the mound. I didn't want to do it from the mound. You get up on that mound, it gives even more pressure. I did it from the front of the mound. Justin Morneau was the catcher for me, and I remember he signed the baseball. He was wearing number 61, and he signed the baseball. And I remember asking the general manager of the team, it was opening day of spring training, and they had me throw out the first pitch. And I said, who in the hell is this? I'm like, Justin, who's 61?
Some
who's
bum.
This bum? Who's this French guy? Monroe? Who is this guy? And he's like, no, I'm telling you what, keep that baseball. That guy's going to be a thing. That's what he told me. So that guy's going to be somebody. All right, let's get a break. We'll come back. Phil the Blacksmith, Smokey Mike hanging in there. We'll get you guys in as well right here on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
These days, saving time is important, and saving money is even more so. That's where Eagle Masonry and Insulation comes in. Over the years, Eagle has expanded their services to meet the needs of folks like you in our area. If you need masonry, brick, stone, or block work, Eagle should be your first call. They can even help if your property needs grading, erosion control, and Eagle can handle dirt haul-off. Call Eagle Masonry and Insulation today at 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time, and Eagle saves you money.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. If you've been injured and need a lawyer right now, do you know who you really get?
I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. You want to talk to your lawyer. My clients talk to me.
And me. I'm attorney Justin Lackey. We're the ones that you talk to.
And we're the ones who handle your personal injury case.
And we'll take care of it.
The Lackey Law Firm. 1-800-4-RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
If those high utility bills have you seeing high numbers,
Make sure you give our good friends over at Talent Heating and Air a call today. They can save you some money.
That's right. We're doing one of our biggest specials ever. It's $2,000 off select units.
That's $2,000 off.
And free service calls for first responders and veterans.
Free service calls.
That's right. For the month of February, we're trying to take care of these first responders, all they do for us, and the veterans, obviously, as well.
It's Talent Heating and Air. Give them a call today at
256-503-4490.
Or you can find them online to save the money
at talenthvac.com.
It's Talent Heating and Air. One more time.
talenthvac.com. AL cert number 21014.
It's Talent Heating and Air. Give them a call to save money today.
Sports Talk 24/7 365. Your full-time sports station.
You're doing a great job. Keep up the good work.
Is 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Doesn't anyone do any work around this joint anymore?
Segment of the show is brought to you by Valley Equipment Rental. Everything you need is at Valley Equipment Rental. Ross Roberts and his crew, they are there to take care of you. Don't forget that if you rent your piece of equipment today after the show, and you can pick it up anytime this afternoon, you can have it all the way until Monday at 8 o'clock, and it's the price of one day. I mean, it's absolutely tremendous. You can check that out at Valley Equipment Rental. North and South Parkway is where you'll find their two locations with more of everything. It's Valley Equipment Rental. Tiger Woods just teeing off now on number one. He's wearing the same shirt style that he wore as a 16-year-old when he made his debut. The first time he played in a pro tournament was there at Riviera when he was 16 years old. And the shirt has got the same striping on it and everything else. It looks very much the same as it did then. All right, let's get to the lines. Phil the Blacksmith is up. Phil, welcome in. How are you?
I'm doing great, young man. How you doing?
I am tremendous.
Good. Just a couple of quick comments and I get to my pigs. First, the show you were talking about as far as the national anthem and removing cover.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate you bringing up about the veterans. I'm a veteran of the United States Air Force, and we were always required. Wasn't required to remove cover during the national anthem, just salute.
Yeah.
But I also rode bareback in rough stock in the rodeo, and at the rodeo, the men and the cowboys are required to remove cover, but the cowgirls and the ladies in the stands do not have to remove cover.
Okay. I think that's the rule. I think that's the law. I don't know if it's a law or a rule. I thought it was a law, to be honest with you. I thought they had laws, like they have flag laws. But yeah, that's what I think the rule is. I don't think the women have to do it.
But I will tell you at most rodeos, not all, but you will see a lot of the cowgirl contestants. They will actually remove cover and put it across their heart also, which is a great thing.
Yeah, that's cool. That's their prerogative. Yeah.
Just that respect to all that. Anyway, just a note on that. But I like to get some more big.
All right, give me three cars for the Daytona 500.
All right, let's go with
Hamlin.
Shake it back. It rhymes. They're both verbs.
All right, give me another one.
Jones.
Eric Jones.
Pick the pace car. Pick the pace car. Pick the pace car.
It's the 43 car. And what else you got?
And
Logano.
Dear Lord, baby Jesus.
All right, you got him in.
Yeah, they're gonna finish in that order.
In that order. Besides, oh my gosh, I'll have to touch you up a little extra if it comes in that order. A perfecta trifecta. There you go.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate it. Thanks. Does Justin Thomas always play with Tiger Woods in the first two rounds now? I mean, it seems like Justin Thomas is always with Tiger Woods. Yeah, it's like Tiger's picking his partners. It's like, yeah, I'll take that Justin Thomas. They both start off one over. Smokey Mike is next. Smokey Mike, welcome in. How are you?
I'm doing better than Ryan Blaney today, big dog. How you doing?
Yeah, he's ticked off, but he'll be all right.
Man, that was a hell of a hit, I gotta say. I mean,
it was a big hit.
Thankfully, the safety precautions have gotten a whole lot better around racing because, geez, like that could have been real bad.
That was a harder hit than the one Dale took that killed him. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Really.
But, yeah, that's more like, I don't even remember who hit Blaney, but it was like he was the one hitting the pace car, you know?
Right. He did hit the pace car, yeah. All right,
Anyway, let me get on these picks, so then that way others can come in.
All right, who do you like?
Keselowski.
Keselowski?
You think more in the wrong on this one. Still in the wrong. This is egregious. Do you hear me? Egregious.
That's the 6. What else you got?
I got to go with Larson.
Larson?
I like to picture Jesus in a tuxedo T-shirt because it says, like, I want to be formal, but I'm here to party, too.
All right, that's the 5.
We
what else
all
you
are
got?
here to party, right, Big Dog?
Yeah, we are here to party.
And, against my better judgment, I know he's probably sore as hell and he's mad, but I got to go Blaney.
Got to go with...
Hit the pace car. Hit the pace car. Hit the pace car.
I think Blaney's an excellent pick. All right, we got you in.
All right, thanks, Big Dog.
Appreciate you. Did you see the shot, by the way, that Tiger hit on 18 yesterday, Grizz?
No, I didn't catch it. No.
Oh, it was a dead shank. I mean, it was a dead shank. I mean, it was a shankopotamus. It was.
If you're the Mexican Mac O'Grady, you got to figure out why I'm still shanking the ball. You know. Now, what's the problem? I'm pitching on the hosel, right? Yeah, right. Moving my head. Yeah. I'm laying it off. I'm pronating. I'm clearing too early. I'm clearing too late. My God, my swing feels like an unfolding lawn chair.
That was Tiger yesterday, picked up on a live mic.
Oh, yeah, I'm watching it now. It's pretty bad. It's actually,
I mean,
had a video ready to go. Right in the tree.
It was a dead shank. It's ridiculous. Badger Larry is up. Badger Larry, welcome in. How are you?
I'm doing good. He claimed he was having back spasms after the round.
Yeah, he had a
so
spasm.
maybe that's what.
Which is what we usually say. You know what I mean? Like if you're out playing golf and a guy does that, don't we usually say, would you get a spasm there? Or to hit a putt, you know, like Wolverine Dan hits a putt that goes 9 feet past the hole. We're like, would that go off in your hands? You have a spasm or something when you putt that thing?
Yeah. He's known to have those too, by the way.
Yeah, I haven't played. I've played 1 or 2 rounds of golf in 5 years, 6 years. I'm going to go out and play 2 rounds, and then I'm going to play with Wolverine Dan and kick his butt all over the golf course. I take 2 rounds and get toned up, and then I just go out and thrash him. So,
all right. Yeah. I'd like to be in on that. So
yeah, you'll be there to witness it. We'll have you witness it. Give me 3 cars.
All right, to my better judge, I don't like 2 out of the 3, but I'll take Hamlin.
Hamlin, you got him. I hate him. All right, next.
Yeah, Logano, don't like him either.
Really? You don't like white bread, huh? Okay.
I don't.
Next.
And Truex. I like Truex.
Truex is good. All right, we got you in.
All right, yeah, go get you some walleye at Culver's.
All right, I have to try that. Walleye's good eating fish. Appreciate you. Grace, you know why that Logano's nickname is white bread?
No, I don't.
When he first came out, he was very young. When he first came out, he was like 19 or 20 years old. And a lot of the drivers were very jealous of him, and they used to say, "Oh, he's the best thing since sliced bread." They started calling him white bread.
He was kind of like annoying to me because all the old drivers and then him coming in with that new age. Yeah,
he was annoying. But he drives a Ford. He's Italian, and 22 is the day my oldest son was born. So there you go. All right, coming up next, the Paul Feinbaum Show right here on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.